Nobody here.
Hey, does it look right? Seriously, does it look right?
Does what look right?
The light bulb. I could swear it was blinking.
It looks fine to me.
Huh. I gotta do everything myself around here.
Hey, friend, can we talk for a second?
Are you sure there's nothing wrong with that light?
I'm no expert, but it looks fine to me.
Well, what can I do for you?
Hey, is your name Peter Fielding by any chance?
That's me. Why?
No reason. You own this joint, right?
Yes, I do. My dad built it. You could say it's a family business. Been running it around 20 years. Seems like yesterday.
So what's the story with the lights?
I don't know. It's driving me crazy. There's something wrong with them. I can tell.
Well, like I said, they look totally fine to me.
I'll just have to keep checking.
Nice place you got here.
Thanks. You looking to join?
No, I really don't think exercise is going to do me much good.
It's amazing how many people think that. You're young. Your metabolism is still going strong. But time catches up with you before you know it.
You're preaching to the choir, Peter, but I'm still not interested.
Well, we're here if you need us.
So, how are you feeling?
Fine. Why?
You don't feel strange at all?
What do you mean?
Well, just hypothetically speaking, you don't feel like you're going to explode?
What, like indigestion?
Not quite.
I am on a strict diet of wheatgrass shakes and fiber. Indigestion is the last thing I have to worry about.
So, you run this place with your old man, huh?
Sort of. He built it when he left the army. I took over long ago.
So, you run the...
Sort of.
Ever hear of the Grace Group? I understand you went to a few meetings.
You know about that?
Sure.
Wow. Well, yeah. I went to some meetings. It was all I needed.
Why's that?
Well, I wasn't the most focused of people back then. It's a long story, but in the end, I went to work with my dad running this place. It's been my life ever since.
Hey, I think I met a friend of yours, Father Michael Cooper.
Michael? Now, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. How is he?
He's seen better days.
I'm sorry to hear that. He'll pull through. He always has.
So there's this lady living in a rooftop apartment who might have died there. Do you know anything about that?
That's pretty vague.
Yeah, never mind. It was a long shot. Do you know anything about Benjiro? Ran the Grace Group meetings.
Sure.
Well?
Funny. I can't think of anything to say exactly. It's been 20 years.
Sure, people forget things.
That's it, exactly. I just didn't think it would happen to me so soon.
Did you know Jeffrey Dutta?
You know Jeff, too?
Not really, I just heard of him.
Good guy. Took care of my neighbor's dog when she was on vacation.
Do you know Heather Goffstein?
You know Heather, too. Who don't you know?
Well, I'm a people person.
Wow, Heather. Haven't heard that name in a long time.
So tell me about yourself, Peter.
I'm the guy who's gonna kick your butt into shape.
Well, we'll see. Well, I'll see you around.
You got it. I'll be here. I just gotta see what's wrong with this damn light.
So I found Peter.
Kannst du dich vielleicht umsehen, die Fotos oder so?
Yeah, he's
Oder
safe and sound. Spiritually speaking, anyway.
Huh. Michael was sure that Peter's ghost was taken.
Just between you and me, Michael doesn't look to be sure about very much.
Ich würde mal behaupten,
Looks like some kind of headshot photo. Probably someone famous who uses the gym. Let's see here.
Gar nicht, warum die Geister sich teilen.
dass Peter nicht zerfetzt wurde, weil er nicht sein wirkliches Schicksal gefunden hat, sondern einfach bei seinem Vater gearbeitet hat.
Tanya Corsi. Hey, wait a second. Is that... Yeah, that's the spook from George's roof. A calendar with a marker pen attached.
Aber schon mal was gefunden. So, was sagt der Tisch?
Der Tisch, das ist ein Kalender mit irgendwelchen Markern drauf.
Okay.
So, have you heard of this Tanya Corsi person?
Tanya Corsi? Was she in the gym?
No, it's the name of our roof spook. Is she famous or something?
You could say that. She has a TV show.
I think you mean she had a TV show. Let's get going. Hi there.
Hello again, mister. What brings you by?
You're Tanya Corsi, aren't you?
I knew you'd get it. That's me, Tanya Corsi, host of the Good Morning Show on Channel 11. Now all the mystery is gone.
So, about this place.
I might not have the highbrow taste that George has, but my furniture is just as serviceable as his. And twice as comfortable, I might add.
Are you sure you don't know anything about this note?
No, I don't know anything about any note. Please stop asking about it.
Do you know a Heather Goffstein?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Come on, that note on the floor, it has Heather written on it.
So, like I told you, it has no meaning to me. I don't know any Heather.
So, I heard you go to Peter Fielding's gym.
I do. Or rather, I did. After what happened to him, I just couldn't.
You mean his...
Death? Yes. So senseless.
Do you know a guy named Jeffrey Dutta?
Sorry, I don't.
Does the name Benjiro ring any bells?
Benjiro? Is that Japanese?
I believe so.
Sorry, I don't know anyone named Benjiro.
Sie lässt sich auch nicht davon überzeugen, dass sie tot ist.
Do you know a Michael Cooper?
I don't. Sorry.
So, Tanya, tell me about yourself.
You want to get to know the real Tanya Corsi. The Tanya that you don't read about in the tabloids and magazines?
If you'll let me.
I barely know you, Mr. Malone. Although if you swing by more often, you might learn a thing or two.
Well, Tanya, I have to get going, but I'll see you around.
Ta.
Wie hieß sie noch?
Wer? Der Geist Tanya Corsi.
Corsi und Tanya mit Y.
Tanya was the host of the Good Morning Show. I remember hearing that they got a new host, but I didn't know this was the reason. Channel 11. I think their head office is in Penn Plaza. Can't hurt to ask around.
A City Post obituary. It is with tremendous sadness we announce the passing of Tanya Corsi after a tragic accident. Most only knew her as a charming and bubbly host of the Channel 11 Good Morning Show, but those who worked closely with her know her as the razor-sharp intellect who paid her dues and became one of the best-loved media personalities in the world. She will be deeply, deeply missed. Ah, und sie weiß noch nicht mal, dass sie tot ist.
It's pretty empty here tonight. I guess the weather even affects the media. Excuse me. Hi, I'm Rosangela Blackwell. Do you work here?
Certainly do. Jim Peebles, senior producer. How can I help you?
It's pretty empty here tonight.
Well, look outside. The weather's horrible and almost everybody commutes to work. Nobody can get in, so we're running on a skeleton crew.
Nicht wirklich. Aber meistens bleiben sie irgendwo, wo sie nicht merken, dass sie tot sind.
So what do you do here?
I'm the head producer for the Good Morning Show with Kathy Carden.
Isn't that Tanya Corsi's old show?
Yes, it is.
Did you work here when Tanya was alive?
Yes. Why do you ask?
I'm looking into her death.
Wasn't it an accident?
That's why I'm looking into it, just to be sure.
Huh. Well, all right.
What can you tell me about Tanya?
I liked her. Some anchors think they're the be-all and end-all, but not her. She knew we were all in this together and worked well with all of us. That's how you make a news show. Everyone needs to help each other.
There are tons of case files listed here. I'm not going to ask about them one by one. There's the self-help circle that held meetings a long time ago. It was called the Grace Group. Ever hear of it?
Sorry, no.
Und nein, Unit, wir werden nicht anfangen, einfach random Leute zu erschießen.
Wenn ich das
Do you
eben
know
schon
a priest
festgestellt,
by
wir
the
haben
name
keine
of
Knarre.
Michael Cooper?
I'm afraid I haven't been to church in a long time.
Can you tell me anything else about Tanya?
Well, like I said, we all miss her. There's nothing else to say.
Have you ever heard the name Benjiro?
Benjiro? No, I'm afraid I haven't.
Do you have a record of a Jeffrey Dutta? He was killed in a hit and run.
Sorry, no.
Do you know anything about the death of Peter Fielding? He owned a gym in Murray Hill.
No, although you've reminded me I haven't hit the gym in a while. I suppose I should go.
A note was found
Bei
in
der
Tanya's
Polizei nach
apartment.
Jeffrey
It was
fragen,
signed
wenn nach
J.
dem Hit-and-Run starb.
And your name begins with J.
Und wir können
Did you
auch
write
dort
it?
nach,
Seriously?
wie heißt
You're in
sie?
journalism. You know that any lead is worth following.
Well, sorry, I didn't write any note to Tanya. Not that I remember.
Und der Officer am Desk hat ja auch gesagt, er braucht Heathers Namen, Tanjas Namen, wie auch immer.
Can you tell me about yourself?
Me? Well, what you see is what you get. I started working at a copywriter's desk about 30 years ago. Worked my way up to producer. Been here ever since.
Well, thanks for your time, Mr. Peebles. I might be back later.
Sure thing. I'm not going anywhere.
Aber vielleicht sollten wir erstmal...
You return with news, I hope.
We found one of the Grace Group spooks, Peter Fielding.
I see. Is he still intact?
Yeah, he tried to get me to join a gym.
I thought as much.
You thought so. What do you mean?
You know as well as I do. A spirit cannot be moved from this world until it is spiritually ready. It would appear that is also the case here.
But what about George and Leah?
From my understanding, they were aware of their death when they were taken.
Yeah, they were.
Then there's your answer. They were spiritually ready to leave this world, and so were vulnerable. This Fielding, was it? He is a lucky soul indeed. Until he is made aware, he cannot be taken. Not by you, or by anyone else.
So wait, this is our fault?
Whatever do you mean?
Leah, George. Just by trying to save them, we destroyed them.
I suppose. Yes, it could be seen that way. But please do not blame yourself. How could you have known?
Ignorance doesn't change anything.
Listen to me. Whatever or whoever is taking these souls, they were marked long before they died. All we can do now is move forward and save who we can.
You've been around the block a few times, so to speak. Nothing like this has ever happened to you before?
The destruction of the very essence of life? No. Such a thing is difficult to contemplate, and to witness it, even more so.
So what? We just leave the spook to rot?
Of course not. It has been known for some spirits to become aware on their own. The right face, the right moment, anything can trigger it. And if that happens to Fielding, no. Our duty is to save him, and save him we shall.
How? The usual rules have been chucked out the window. We make a move and he gets hammered, and we're not going to let that happen. Not again.
It is a dilemma for certain.
We need to think about this, plan our next move.
Of course. In fact, I might have an idea along those lines. I must confer with my host. Please excuse me.
He's okay? Peter's really okay?
He is still deceased, but in all other respects, yes. He is as well as can be.
This changes everything. You have no idea. You two, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I never even considered that Peter's soul could be saved. And maybe Heather, too. Yes, Heather. If she wasn't taken, then her soul must still be lost.
And this is a good thing?
Of course. If a soul is merely lost, it still can be saved. And maybe so can mine.
So, what's your plan?
We are approaching this from ignorance, and possibly from fear. Before I was trapped in the void, I was a spirit guide for a very long time. I can learn much from a spirit by looking at it, and talking to it. If Fielding's soul still exists, then it must be brought here.
And Heather. Heather's soul must still be out there.
And her as well, of course.
Peter Fielding's spook is at the gym. It's not too far away. You can talk to him there.
Are you kidding? I step out of this circle, who knows what could happen? If I die, there's a good chance I'll be an aware spirit, just like Leah and George, and then...
Be at peace, my host. I would not ask you to do such a thing.
Well, thank heaven for that.
Besides, it is unnecessary. As you say, only spiritually aware souls are attacked. Since this Fielding is not spiritually aware, meeting him in his current state would be fruitless. We need to awaken him before I can determine anything about him.
Won't awakening these ghosts destroy him? Aren't we trying to avoid that?
Don't be absurd. We'll put them behind this circle. They will be safe there.
And how are we supposed to do that? Spooks like me can't enter the thing.
This might surprise you, Malone, but I did think of that. Come here. Take this.
What's this thing?
Call it a totem. It was made with some of my essence. The circle was created in much the same manner, so it will make a perfect focus. When you awaken a spirit, use the totem to send them directly here. They will remain safely behind the circle until we can determine the next course of action.
So I'll be trapped in this circle with Peter and Heather's ghosts?
I am afraid so, my host.
Well, I suppose it can't be helped. And I guess it will be nice to see them again.
Yes.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Peter? Anything that can help us?
No. Of all the people in our group, Peter was the one I spoke to the least. I think George once belonged to his gym, even took personal training sessions for a while. But George wasn't really the personal fitness type.
I need to know everything you can tell me about Heather.
Well, there was one thing. It was a confession of sorts, you see, and she trusted me.
What was it?
You don't understand. It was a confession. It might have been a long time ago, but it was still a sacred trust. I can't betray that trust. It goes against everything I believe in.
Don't you think that under the circumstances, she would understand?
I'm not sure God would.
Does it really matter? What's the worst that could happen? You lose your soul?
My God, when you put it like that. Heather was a prostitute. She wanted to confess, but didn't feel right entering a church. She might have been Jewish, judging by her name, but I think she just wanted to speak to someone who understood.
Understood?
Someone who had been to grace group meetings. Someone who had had a life-changing revelation, like I did. I don't know what her revelation was, but she wanted to purge herself of her old life. So she asked if I could come to her apartment and listen to her. So I did.
Do you remember where she lived?
I was a priest entering the house of a prostitute. It's not something you forget. She lived by Tompkins Square Park. Here's the address.
I guess we should get going.
Then I do believe our talk is concluded. I will return outside.
Hey, Madeline?
Yes, my host.
It's all right.
All right?
Yeah, stay inside. It's cold out there.
I don't feel the cold, my host.
I know. Just stay, please, and thanks.
It is my pleasure, my host.
Pretty solid. No way I'm getting through.
Hey, how do you get in?
Ah, hello, miss.
Answer my question. How do you get in?
Oh, the gate was open. Is that all right?
Sure, I guess. Just be sure to close it when you leave. I don't want to get in trouble.
Excuse me, miss?
Oh, hi. What's up?
Is your name Heather Goffstein?
Oh, I see. You came from Ray.
Ray?
Of course. You did come from Ray, right?
I don't know any Ray. I came to see you.
Oh, well, that's sweet, I guess. But it doesn't matter. If you want a date, you'll need Ray's permission.
A date?
Isn't that why you're here?
No, not at all. I just want to talk.
Really?
Really?
Well, I suppose that's all right. But we should stay out here. If we don't go in the bedroom, then it's not a date.
You sure you should be out here?
Why shouldn't I be? It's perfect. It's so nice to finally have a night clear enough to enjoy this place.
Clear night. Right. You live here?
I do. Why?
No reason. Just making conversation. You don't seem terribly surprised that I'm here in your garden.
It is a bit strange you appeared out of nowhere. But hey, I'm used to men appearing on my doorstep. And for some reason, you seem safe.
Safe?
Yeah, just a vibe.
Huh. Thanks, I guess. Can you tell me about the Grace Group, Heather?
Grace Group?
Yeah, you were a member, right?
Sorry, I don't know what that is.
Come on, think. You met in the basement of Grace Church.
What, like AA? I'm not an alcoholic, thank you.
Tell me about Father Michael Cooper.
Father Michael? Is he a priest or something?
Yeah, or something. He was part of the Grace Group.
I don't know him, sorry.
Are you sure? He seems to know you.
You don't meet many priests in my line of work. Or at least, if you do, they don't usually tell you.
Do you know a guy named Peter Fielding? Runs a gym in Murray Hill.
I can't really say one way or the other. Sorry. I could get into trouble.
So, tell me a bit about yourself, Heather.
Can we not, please? Let's just enjoy the evening, okay? It's nice out here.
Sure, no problem. Do you know a guy named Jim Peebles?
I can't talk about who I might know. I don't want to get anyone into trouble, especially me.
Do you know a guy named Benjiro?
I can't really say one way or the other. I could get it.
Das bringt uns doch nicht weiter.
Well, Heather, I have to get going.
Sure, I'd leave the gate open, but for some reason, I don't think that will be a problem for you.
Officer Palmer?
Yeah. What can I do for you?
Do you know anything about someone named Ray? I don't know who he is, but I think he's involved with prostitution.
Prostitution? Is this related to Leah's case?
I don't know. It could be.
This just gets better and better. Anyway, Ray, let's take a look. Okay, the name Ray definitely comes up in the Vice Department database. There was a raid on a bar called Vantini a few years ago, and someone named Ray was taken in for questioning. No charges were made.
Just Ray? No last name?
No. Whoever Ray is, that's his full legal name. Anyway, here's the address of the bar if you need it.
Thanks.
Sure.
Is there anything in the system about a Jim Peebles?
Let's see. Nope. Whoever he is, he's clean.
Do you have any record of a Heather Goffstein?
Let me check. Nope, nothing on Heather Goffstein. Sorry.
Can you tell me anything about the death of a Mr. Peter Fielding?
Okay, let's see. Yep, here he is. Peter Fielding, age 54, owned a fitness center in Murray Hill called Field's Gym. He fell off a ladder while fixing a light bulb in the locker room, hit his head on the bench, and bled to death. Nobody found him for several hours. An ambulance was called and pronounced him dead at the scene.
Nothing more than that?
That's pretty open and shut. Accidental death.
I'm trying to find someone named Benjiro. He ran some kind of self-help circle called the Grace Group.
Let's see. No, nothing on file. Sorry.
Do you know anything about Tanya Corsi's death?
Tanya Corsi? What are you doing getting involved with her?
It's
complicated. Yeah, I get it. Durkin warned me it might get weird. Anyway, there's not much to tell. She slipped in her shower and hit her head on the tub. She fell unconscious and she drowned. The coroner did an autopsy on her and found traces of whiskey and Valium in her system. Not a good combination.
She killed herself?
If you believe the tabloids, then yeah. But the coroner says no. There wasn't much in her system to actually kill her, but it was enough to make her a bit clumsy.
So it was just an accident?
So it would seem.
Do you have a record of a Michael Cooper in your system? He's a priest.
Let's check.
Jetzt kriegen wir die ganzen dunklen Fakten.
Sorry, whoever he is, there's no file on him.
Hen?
Well, I'd better go. Thanks for the help.
Sure.
Will you look at this, Denise? Someone brave enough to join us in this weather. Well, brave or stupid anyway.
Right. Whoever this was, he signed it, "Thanks for the tie, with love, AG." It's a painting of a woman dancing. It's dedicated to someone named Mistress B. Looks like some kind of promotional poster for a burlesque act. Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm looking for Ray. Do you know where I can find him?
Ray, huh? And why would you be looking for Ray?
I need to talk to him. I can't go into specifics, but it involves a woman who worked for him.
Worked for him, In what capacity?
She was a working girl, Heather Goffstein. She worked for Ray, and now she's dead.
I see. Worked is the appropriate word, I suppose. Heather left my employ a long time ago.
Your employ?
Yes. You want to speak to Ray? She's right in front of you. The former Rachel Mendez at your service.
So you work here?
Not directly, but I suppose I'm as much a fixture here as anything else.
So Heather worked for you. Can you tell me about her?
It's been, several years. I'm afraid I can't tell you much. She was very young, very pretty, slightly lost, perhaps, like many of my girls. She's really dead? How did it happen?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Is this a police matter?
Not directly. I'm working with them, but I'm pretty much on my own.
Well, in that case, ask me whatever you like.
You said Heather left your employ. Could you explain?
Just that. She packed up and left.
And you were okay with that?
You think I would drag her back against her will? Absolutely not. And what would be the point? I replaced her the next week. It's the nature of this business. Some girls try the life, discover it's not for them, and then leave. Some stay for years and it grinds them alive. But occasionally, with luck and persistence, one can flourish, like I did.
Did Heather have any enemies, an obsessive client, or anything?
I suppose anything is possible, but not likely. I screen our clients very carefully, and I keep very careful records.
How does this business work, exactly?
There's no bedroom upstairs, if that's what you are asking. I own several apartments in the city. I give the girls room and board in exchange for the money they receive. Some of them skim, hell, all of them skim, but I make sure to treat them well. They treat me well in return.
If you kept careful records, does that mean you have a list of Heather's clients somewhere?
No. I'm sorry, but no.
Don't you want to know what happened to Heather? That client list could help.
You have no reason to suspect one of her clients had anything to do with it. You can't even tell me how she died. I won't betray my client's trust based on a flimsy guess.
I really need that client list.
Absolutely not. I give a premium product, and our clients expect premium service. Privacy is part of that service. That client list stays in my office where it belongs.
Well, I guess that's everything.
Sorry I can't help.
Wickedwasser wegzunehmen. Shoot her.
I liked Heather. I'm sad she's dead.
Shoot her.
A drink to her memory is in order. Care to join me?
Thanks, but no.
More for me then. Denise, one gimlet, please. You know how I like it.
You think they used enough pink up here? No idea who that guy is. Doesn't look like anyone sat there for a long time. All I'll see is a whole load of nothing. Trash dumpster covered in ice. It's a rag sticking out of a dumpster. That's way too heavy for me to pick up. I don't think she can get out here. think I'll try the main door first. I think
How odd. Denise, could you get that for me?
Oh, right.
I miss Butterfingers tonight. Oh, Denise.
Du meinst, da wir alles können, wo wir im Medium sind?
Yep.
Damn it! It's locked from the inside. That dumpster is covered in ice. A filthy rag from a dumpster. Why am I carrying this?
Warte, ich erinnere mich an den Teil vom Spiel, aber das ist alles so düster und so lange her.
Ich erinnere mich an den Teil hier gar nicht. Ich glaube, die Reihe ist mir am besten in Erinnerung geblieben bis zum 3. Teil.
Okay, you can do this. Let's see.
Und ich muss auch sagen, der hat mir persönlich auch am besten gefallen.
Oh.
Was? Oh?
Das hat nicht funktioniert.
I'm really glad Joey wasn't around to see that. It's now a puddle of foul, coffee-flavored water, but at least it's melted. I think I got it all, but I'm not carrying around this wet rag. Good thing there's a dumpster here. Okay, let's see. I shouldn't play around on this fire escape any longer than I have to.
You know, we've been through a lot, you and I. But sneaking into the secret office of a known flesh peddler, this tops the list.
Pictures of young girls. I guess they all work for Ray. A bunch of phone numbers and addresses. It doesn't say who they belong to. Okay, let's see here. Client list, client list. You're kidding me.
What?
It's a text file, clientlist.txt.
And that's good?
Good for us. All I need to do is transfer the file to this memory stick. And we've got it. Some security.
I guess with the secret door and paying off the police, she didn't feel the need for any more.
That and she's a bit old. She might not know a lot about computers.
Huh, I can relate.
No point in going back. I can't get back down the ladder.
Ahem.
Oh, hi. I was just testing out your security.
Is that right? I've been meaning to glue that window shut. I suppose I should thank you. But first, give me that memory stick.
Here.
Thank you. Now get your coat and leave.
And I'd almost gone a full 3 hours without a restraining order.
Well, the night's still young.
And I need another cup of coffee. A James Peebles is listed as being a client of Ray's, and the girl he saw was Heather Goffstein.
Well, this just got juicy.
Praktisch, dass die Frau von nichts eine Ahnung hat und uns unser Handy behalten lassen. Das war nicht schlau von ihr.
Hi, Mr. Peebles?
Hello, Rosangela, was it? What can I do for you?
Jim, I know everything.
Sorry?
I know who Heather is and what she did for a living. I also know that you procured her services. There was a note in Tanya's apartment that said, I know about Heather. It was signed J.
That could have been anybody.
Do you really expect me to believe that now?
No, I don't.
Tell me about your involvement with Heather.
God, it was over 25 years ago. Working the late shift, sleeping during the day. Who has time for a social life? So, yes, I found other ways to meet my needs. Heather was one of them. I'm not proud of it, but I make no excuses for it either.
You said it was 25 years ago, so you stopped seeing her.
She quit the business. I didn't know what happened to her until she walked in that door. The new face of Good Morning, Tanya Corsi.
Tanya?
Yeah, the name was different. The hair was different. The whole attitude was different. But I knew.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Heather and Tanya are the same person?
You didn't know? Isn't that what all this is about? She reinvented herself, changed her looks, got a gig as a weather girl, worked her way up to this newsroom, worked here for years, and never knew who I was until I told her.
Until you blackmailed her, you mean?
Look, 30 years I've been here, and I haven't moved from this damn desk. I saw an opportunity, and I took it. So, I wrote her that note. I threatened to expose her past. I didn't know what to expect, but I didn't expect her to go home and for that to happen. They said she fell in the shower because she was drunk, but she was only drunk because of me. So what now?
Warte, aber... Das heißt, sie hat sich quasi selbst schon gezweiteilt?
It's completely up to you. I'm not going to do anything.
You're not.
I got what I came here for.
Very profound, Red. Very profound. Ever think of getting into fortune cookies?
I'm only thinking of getting my coffee refilled.
That's my girl, always planning ahead.